Hello everyone, welcome to this video where we would be discussing everything about the actuarial subject CB3. Now CB3 is one of the actuarial subjects which has least awareness among the students. Students are often confused about what exactly is CB3, what are we going to study in CB3, what is the format of this paper from both the institutes, that is II and IFO, and one of the most common question among students is when should I appear for CB3. So don't worry guys, stay tuned throughout this video and we would be discussing everything related to CB3 subject. Okay, so let's get started. So CB3 is called business management. The paper is named as business management. So as the name clearly suggests, in this paper we would be learning everything about business. Okay, so we would be doing business analysis. If we go to the learning objectives, that what are the key skills that we are going to develop while studying this paper. So these are named as business environment. We would be learning what exactly business environment consists of, what exactly business environment is made of, okay, and what exactly is business environment. Secondly, strategic thinking. This is one of the key skills that is required to pass CB3 and one of the key skill as well which you will be learning within the CB3, okay. Then we will be making business decisions, okay. We will be making various types of business decisions, that common decisions that we need to take while running a business, and this is possible only because of strategic thinking. Then we would be learning about some legal principles that we need to keep in mind while running a business, especially as an actuary. And finally, we would be learning about professionalism and ethics. Now, as a professional course, this CB3 subject is teaching you how to maintain the professionalism and ethical standards while maintaining your profession, while serving your profession, okay. So these are basically the learning objectives that we are going to learn in the CB3 subject. Now if we move towards the exam pattern, we have two institutes that currently provides the CB3 examination. One is IFO, other one is II. Now unlike other actuarial exam like CSCM papers, where both the institutes pattern is completely or a slighter difference only. But in CB3 case, these are poles apart, okay. IFO has completely different structure and II has moved to completely different structure. So we will be talking about both these structures, so suit yourself comfortably whichever institute you are thinking about, okay. So let's talk about II first. II used to have a business brain previously, but currently it has moved to a 90 minutes objective assessment. Okay, in this 90 minutes objective based paper, that is MCQ based paper, you will be tested on these learning objectives. You will be being asked various MCQs related to what is business environment, like what are the components of business environment, professionalism and ethical standards, about legal principles. You will be given some case studies, case scenarios where you will be asked to make some decision making, okay. So these are the learning objectives that are being asked in this 90 minutes objective based paper. Can be registered with any other actuarial subject. So registrations are generally opened with all other actuarial subjects. Whenever II is opening its registration for its next attempt, then you can register for your CB3 subject. Now one key information that is important to note here is that with the introduction of NEP by IAI, II has currently released its document on NEP that says that CB3 and CP3 are going to merge together, and this new merger will result in a CP3 paper that is being available from November 2027 exam date. But in case you are going to apply for associateship and you are only left with your, for example, CB3 paper, then you have 2 to 3 additional diets where you can appear for CB3. Okay, so this is one thing that you need to keep note if you are thinking of appearing CB3 from IIF Institute. I hope this is clear. Now moving forward to an IFOA exam structure. IFOA specifically mentions that CB3 is not an exam, it's an assessment. Okay. So IFOA calls that it is not an exam, it's an assessment of your business knowledge. To be honest, unlike other exam, IFOA's CB3 structure is very interesting, guys, like literally interesting. So CB3 consists of 3 components basically: business game, business report, and your balanced scorecard. Okay. So we will talk about it in detail. First let us understand that what are the prerequisites for this exam and what are the sequence in this exam, basically the assessment. Okay. So this assessment is basically 5-week duration. In the 4-week duration, you will be playing a business game. Okay, you will be assigned a business company, you will be assigned a position of within that company, and you will be making decisions related to that business that you are assigned throughout the quarters. Okay, these 4 weeks represent 4 quarters. Week 1 is your quarter 1, week 2 is your quarter 2, week 3 is your quarter 3, and week 4 is your quarter 4. Within these 4 quarters, you will be making decisions in your 10 decisions rounds. Okay, across these 4 quarters you will be making decisions in these 10 decision rounds. Okay, you will not directly see the impacts of these decisions on your scores, but once your product goes into the market, you will be developing a product and you will be making decisions regarding a product as well. So once your product goes in the market, that is around quarter 3, then you will be starting to see your impact throughout the business. Okay. Once these 4 weeks are completed, then you will be able to download your balanced scorecard, that is around in week 5. Okay. Even though your business decisions are not directly assessed, your decisions in these 10 rounds are not directly assessed, but it will impact your balanced scorecard that is going to be assessed. Okay. So, assessment. This is one of your assessment criteria. As I mentioned here, balanced scorecard. Okay. Now coming back to this 4 weeks, what else we have to do in this 4 weeks? We have to write a business report. Okay. This business report, what this business report is, it is a 3000 word document where you will be talking about, you will be making analysis of a real business organization. Any real business organization. Within that real business organization, what you need to analyze is, firstly you need to introduce the organization you are choosing. Then you will be learning about its contextual landscape. What is the contextual landscape? It is basically the internal factor analysis and the external factor analysis. Internal factor includes the management in that company, and external factors include, for example, stakeholders, okay, the customer base, these. And then you will be doing its pest analysis. Basically, it's strategy analysis you will be doing in that business report. Finally, you will be coming about its recommendation, what do you recommend to this company, and your conclusion. And one of the key important thing in this is, you have to maintain proper references and citations you are using. Whatever references you have used, you need to mention it. And these, 3000 words are for these, and plus minus 10% is this leniency is available for this references and all. Okay. Please make sure you are submitting a PDF only. This is submitted on VLE. Only a PDF document is allowed, otherwise any other document will be rejected. Cool guys? This is your second component of assessment. First component of your assessment was the business finance scorecard. Second component of your assessment is this business report. Then finally, your third component of assessment is business game reflection. This is also again a 1000-word document, plus minus 10% available for citation and references. Within this, you are going to tell about your own experience about the business that you handled in the business game. Okay, in this business reflection report, you will be talking about the business game business. Okay, for example, if you are given a company A, you will be talking about company A here. That is the fictional company you will be talking about here. What were the product that you launched? What were the decisions that you took? How you used your actuarial knowledge? How you used your knowledge regarding the business in your decision making and everything. This is a 1000-word document, again submitted in a PDF format. And this is expected to be prepared once you complete your business game, that is in the 1 week duration that is provided. You have 4 weeks for your business game and 1 week for your business game reflection report. You can start making the report prior to completing the business game reflection. If you want to go quarter wise, that is completely okay, but it is generally given that this 1 week is assigned for your business game reflection report. Okay. So, these were the 3 key components assessments that were in business management assessment. Okay. Now, if we talk about results and deadlines. So, let us talk about the deadlines first. So, once you register for your game, so they ask you that you have at least 5 to 7 weeks of your time to do this course. Okay. So, you choose accordingly the session you choose accordingly, in which you can allot approx 5 to 7 weeks of your time. Then they say they are completely giving you 100% flexibility. Okay. Not 100%, but a lot of flexibility. There are 2 important submission deadlines. That is regarding your assignments, and that is regarding resubmission of assignments. Okay. If I talk about that business game, if I am talking about, so they say that they have given you whole, they will give you whole timetable, that this is week 1, here you will be making this much decision, this is week 2, this is week 3 and all. They will be giving you a whole timeline, but it is completely flexible. You can choose the time to play your business game up to your will. Okay, but there is one condition, that you have to finish your game within the 4 weeks. Okay, at the end of week 4, you must be completed with your business game. That is the only condition. Otherwise, you can play the business game at your own pace. That is completely up to you guys. Okay. That is why there is a little less leniency in the mitigation circumstances regarding missing these submission deadlines, because they are already giving you so much flexibility. That is why they expect you to plan accordingly. Okay. Now, if I talk about results, so unlike other actuarial papers, unlike other actuarial paper where result is only declared once and you are given a pass or fail within a subject. Okay, and you can't resubmit your paper. But in this paper, a result is prior announced at VLE. सबसे पहले VLE पे result announce होगा. There you can access the feedback on your submissions, and if your submission is lacking the passing criteria, then you are allotted 2 weeks. then you are allotted around 2 weeks to resubmit your document. For example, if your business report is not meeting the passing criteria, then you are given 2 weeks to resubmit your business report. Okay. After these 2 weeks, then the result will be submitted, and even still if you don't pass the passing criteria, then you have to reappear for the course, then you have to replay the business game. Okay, but these 2 weeks are still a very leniency. Okay guys. Now coming back to prerequisite. So for IFOA there is one prerequisite, is that stage 1 professionalism course must be completed. Okay, because their 5th learning objective, that was about professionalism and ethics, IFO is gonna test your professionalism and ethical standards through this stage 1 professionalism course. Okay, so that's why they expect you to appear for this stage 1 professionalism course and pass this course before giving CB3, otherwise you are not gonna be allowed to sit for your CB3 assessment. So this is one thing you need to keep in mind while registering for CB3, that you need to clear your professionalism course before that. Okay, and CB3 is one of the requisites for passing your associateship or fellowship criteria. Cool guys. So this was all the structure about the CB3. Now if I talk about the assessment available in the IFOA, so you are provided 5 assessments per year. Prior it had to be, it used to be 10 assessments per year, except April and September you could register for any other month, but it has now moved to 5 assessments per year, as IFOA says that we are increasing the number of seats within each of the assessment. Okay, they are saying that we are doubling the number of seats within each assessment, that's why we are reducing the number of assessments from 10 to 5. These 5 assessments are now available in February, May, July, October and December. So if you need to register for your CB3 examination, make sure that current or the latest available date is now July 2026. Okay guys, so this was the structure. Once again summarizing the things, if I say II has now moved to your 90 minutes objective based paper, where you will be given some MCQs regarding the learning objectives, which includes strategic decision, strategic thinking, business decision, professionalism, ethics, legal principles and the business environment. Okay. IFOA, earlier it used to be a teamwork, team business game, but currently it has moved to individual business game, where you will be provided a business scenario, you will be making decisions, around 10 decisions rounds you will be playing for that business. You will be given a product, your company would be making a product, releasing it into the market and getting the responses from the customers. So throughout this business cycle you will be tested around 4 quarters, that is week 1, quarter 1, week 2, quarter 2, week 3, quarter 3 and week 4, quarter 4. Even though the whole schedule or timeline is being released by IFOA for your business game, you are completely allowed to fix the pace of your own. Okay. You are flexible to choose the timings for the business game, but there is one condition, that you have to complete the business game within the 4 weeks. Once these 4 weeks are completed, within these 4 weeks you will also be working on your business report, that is based on a real organization. You will be talking about its pest analysis, you will be talking about various stakeholders perspectives, and then making recommendations to the company, and finally making citations and references. Then coming forward to the after the completion of 4 weeks, you will be provided the 1 week time, where you would be expected to produce a business game reflection report, that is a 1000-word report plus minus 10% for the citations, and you would be talking about your own experience of the business that were given to you in the business game. Okay guys, so this was all. Now coming back to the most common question, when should I appear? So guys, look, it is generally prescribed that once you are entering your corporate world, once you are getting a job, then after you appear for your CB3. Why so? Specifically IFOA also mentions that it is prescribed, it is not mandatory, but it is prescribed to have some work experience before you register for your CB3. Okay. Why it is prescribed so? Because it is a business game. You would be learning about professionalism, ethics, legal principles, business environment, strategic thinking only once you are entering a corporate world. Okay. So, it is easier to learn these skills in this corporate world rather than bookish knowledge. Okay. So, that is why work experience is prescribed. Again I am mentioning it is not mandatory, but it is prescribed. Okay. Then also second thing is that you are going to get a raise. Okay. Once you give your CB3 paper, it is considered one of the easiest assessment in your whole actuarial journey. So, that is why once you clear your CB3 paper, you are going to get your raise in the remuneration. Okay. So, why let go of that raise? Third is reimbursement. Some companies, actually most of the companies have the policy of reimbursing their actuarial science papers if you are going to clear that paper. So, why let go of that reimbursement as well? So, that is why we advise you guys to appear for this paper once you get a job. Now, this may be very subjective for those who have already cleared CP3 for example from II and are only left with CB3, and after December 2028 that they won't be able to get the relaxation, right. So, if they want to not to appear another paper of combined paper of CB3 CP3, then they can appear for CB3 prior to the job. But again I say is that आप तब भी तो एक पेपर दोगे ना, you are gonna give a new paper after that date as well, right. So, तब भी एक पेपर देना है, तब भी एक पेपर देना है, so you can choose accordingly. That's completely subjective, guys. Okay. This is what is prescribed. This is not mandatory. Okay. So, this was all about CB3. I hope I was able to clear all your doubts regarding CB3. If you guys have any more doubts regarding CB3, please make sure you comment it down below the video and our team will be getting to you. Okay. Till then, happy learning guys.